welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Alice. If you are new here, if you are returning, thank you for returning. If you fancy it, give me a little subscribe if you like the video. Obviously, give it a thumbs up if you like the video. Also, I want to know what you want to know next, what kind of story time you want me to do, so just comment that below. So previously I've done my pregnancy and my birth experiences with both my children. This is like the afterbirth. I'm not really sure what I'm going to involve in this. I'm just going to go for a little babble, and if you like it, awesome. So, shall we get on with the video? Yeah, let's get on with the video. With Leo, my first child, I remember I had a fair bit of bleeding afterwards, and it wasn't really, I didn't really know what to expect, so I had quite a lot of clots and I was kind of panicking because I had clots, but apparently it was normal. I bled for about 2 weeks and I stopped about 2 weeks after I'd had him. I had no other problems because I didn't have any grazes or tears or anything down there from having him, so I didn't really have any issues with that. With Evie, my second, again I had no tears or anything like that, whereas with her I stopped bleeding within a week, and they do say it's quicker your second time around with everything, and that was right. However, I think it was about 3 weeks after, 3 weeks postpartum as they call it, I started bleeding and I had a lot of clots. So I rung 111 because I didn't feel very good at all in myself. I felt very faint, and it was out of nowhere, I just started bleeding. And the clots that were coming out weren't very nice, so when I rung the NHS number, they sent an ambulance out to me to get me checked and everything. I'd gone through like 4 sanitary pads within about an hour. That's how much I was bleeding. So for some of you that might be a normal period, I'm really sorry if you're thinking that. But this was just out of nowhere, and it was clots constantly. So they were really worried that something was going to happen, like hemorrhage or whatever. So they brought out an ambulance and I had to go to the hospital to just get checked over. By then my bleeding had kind of calmed down a bit, but they wanted to just keep an eye, and they scanned me about a day later just to see what was going on down there. But luckily they couldn't really see anything else, as all the blood had obviously come out. They couldn't see much else, so they said maybe it was just your body just wanted to bleed twice to get everything out. So luckily there was no other problems other than that. With both my children I have breastfed. This time around I've got another child to look after while I'm trying to feed her, so it's not quite as easy, but I've still enjoyed it. I enjoyed both my breastfeeding experiences. With Leo I've done him until about 5.5 months, so I decided to wean him off as he went on to food, so it worked really well, and that's what I plan to do this time. However, Evie is not taking a bottle, so I'm having major issues at the moment with the fact that she's nearly 5 months. I want to try and slowly start weaning her onto a bottle for her night feed, but it's not happening. She's really set on staying with me for as long as possible. So with Leo I had no problems with breastfeeding, he latched very quickly. With Evie, she latched very quickly as well. She's more of a cluster feeding baby, whereas Leo he'd have a good feed for a good 10 minutes, he'd be full up for a couple of hours, he wouldn't need feeding again. However, she is very snacky. She cluster feeds a lot. She has like 2 breakfasts, then she has a snack, then she has 2 lunches, and then another snack, and then another 2 dinners, and then she has like 3 feeds before bed. So she constantly clusters, and she only feeds for about 2 minutes at a time, and it's nothing to do with the fact she's not latched or anything like that. That's how she feeds, and that's how she's fed from the second she was born. So I've got 2 very different experiences with how they feed, but however both times I've never had an issue with actual breastfeeding, so I've been very lucky. The only issue I'm having with her is that she won't take a bottle, which I was aiming to go back to work over Christmas a couple of evenings to help them out and for myself to get a little bit of extra money, but because she is saying no, I do not want a bottle, I have no choice but to stay here when I want to go to work a little bit now. I'm starting to go a little bit insane. But that is kind of my breastfeeding journey, and after her and after him, pretty easy really. I've been very lucky with everything really. I haven't had a single issue with anything. So I hope you liked this video. I know it's very quick, but again, like my pregnancy and like my labour, it was quick because it was easy. So it's an easy watch for you guys because it's quick. So in a way, it's good. But if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. If you have any ideas for anything else you want me to do, please feel free to put down in the comments, whether it's a baby must-haves thing or useless things I was told I needed. I can go through that with you if you want me to do a video about that. So I hope you have a lovely day and the rest of your week, and I shall see you very soon. Bye bye.